Hey guys, it's Lorentz from iWood Cosplay, and today I'm showing you guys how to put together Cloud's soldier belt. So this build is not like a leather build. If you're into that, that's awesome. That's something I probably want to tackle later, but this is just made out of EVA foam and vinyl. All things you can pick up at your local craft store. So without further ado, let's get into it. For this project, I'm going to use the black and brown vinyl, given that there are different types of vinyl at your local fabric store. For the brown, I like to go with something that has some stretch. The backside of the vinyl will be a good indicator. For example, the one I'm using has a rough brown texture versus this black vinyl, which is gray. For my build, I will use my 3D printed housing unit as well as my Shinra soldier emblem. The 3D housing unit is designed to fit a 1/2-inch neodymium magnet, strong enough to hold Bustasaur. Next, you'll need some patterns. Now you don't need my patterns, but if you want to follow this tutorial step by step, you can check them out in my shop. Some tools you'll need are Sharpies, utility knife, and contact cement. So I'm going to start off with this waist belt. Begin by tracing this pattern onto this black marine vinyl. The important thing here is to know your waist measurement. For this build, it's going to be a 28-inch waist, so that tells me the midline is 14-inch. Also keep in mind we will be using a zipper, so we will need to make some seam allowance for the zipper. Once we've done that, then we will trace the pattern. Flip the pattern and do that to the other side as well. I'm going to mark the 28-inch on the vinyl, then add the seam allowance to the end. Using that same guide, I'm going to make a seam allowance all along the pattern. Next, I'm going to cut it out with a utility knife. Make sure you cut out the corner folds at the ends of the belt. Now I'm going to stitch on the zipper with my sewing machine. Once that's done, you should have something that looks like this. Make sure the zipper is a separating zipper, that way you can get in and out. Because this build is a vinyl wrap, we're going to need to make the foam base. Here I'm using 2mm EVA foam, but in the past I've used 4mm and even 6mm. I like using 2mm because that reduces the bulk on the waist. Keep in mind the desired length. So far we made the vinyl as well as the foam cutout. All we have to do now is glue them together. Of course we're going to use contact cement, so wear a respirator. You can pick up a fight tag mask like the one I'm using in the description down below. Once they're dry, we're ready to put them together. Usually I start from the end, but from my experience, for the best alignment, start from the center midline. Roll up the belt like so, and then line up the midline as best you can. Once you're happy with the position of the midline, you can begin to unroll the rest of the belt. Now it's time to glue the back end of the belts. Apply a generous amount of contact cement. Then give it a minute or two to dry. So while we wait for that to dry, we can go ahead and take the emblem and heat seal it with a heat gun, like so. Now that it's heat sealed, I'm going to plasti dip it outside. Returning from that task, glue on the belt should be ready. Roll the vinyl tight against the foam belt. This bottom edge is simple. Do that first to get a feel of wrapping vinyl on foam, because the top belt is a bit more involved because it has a curve. It's going to create a crease as we wrap the vinyl along the edges. It's not a problem, I'll show you how to take care of them in a bit. One more thing I recommend doing here is keep the creases away from the edges. Once we have the creases, we can come back with a pair of scissors and trim them flush, like so. Everything should be relatively flat now. If you did everything correctly, then you should have something that looks like this. Make sure your zipper still works after wrapping up the foam. Next I'm going to make the harness. These brown straps are pretty long, so I suggest taking your vinyl and folding them in half, like so. Clip the straight edge, then use a ruler to make your strips. Remember, we're going to vinyl wrap foam, so make sure your strips have seam allowance. So here we made our first strip. I'm going to do the same thing 3 more times. Just like before, we're going to need to make foam strips as well. Here I'm using this ruler as a width for my strips. You can pick up this ruler at your local hardware store or in the description down below. So now that we have our foam strips, keep in mind they should be skinnier than the vinyl ones. Here I'm using the patterns to make the ends of the strap. You should have something that looks like this. The length of these straps for you can be determined in a previous video. Click on the card above to check out that video. For the back strap, I like the ends to be 1 inch shorter, so that's what I'm doing right here. Now cut them out like so. Here I'm making a separate strap which we will need for the shoulder harness. This length will be determined based on your size. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the vinyl straps. Keep in mind the length will vary from individual to individual. Once you have your measurements marked, cut them out and don't forget the end strap margins. Once we have the straps cut out and marked, we're going to use the same ruler we used to make the foam straps and place it along the center of the strap to make a guide for where we will glue our foam. So now that we've done that, we can cut out the end strap margins. They should look something like this. Don't forget this strap. We're going to need this for the end straps. Once you make your 3 end straps, cut them out. Next, we're going to make the shoulder strap. Place it on the brown vinyl and begin tracing. You should have something that looks like this. Now take the foam pattern of the shoulder strap and place it on the center of the pattern you just traced. This will help us position the foam later on. Once you've done that, we're ready to cut out the vinyl. Now it's time to make the 2mm foam shoulder strap. That was a lot of instructions, but now that we have our foam and vinyl, we're ready to stick them together using my favorite Loctite 200. The important part here is to make sure the overhang is not glued, and the end of the foam strap actually attaches here. This part is very important, and that's why we went through all the trouble, because we're going to create 2 overhangs. And here's that strap we made earlier. It's going to sit at the end strap like so. Make sure it's facing opposite the other straps. With all that being said, now we're going to apply the Loctite 200 and stick the foam on the vinyl. Here's everything glued and wrapped. The next thing we're going to do is stitch the ends. This will really put everything together. Here's a tip, I like to use Vaseline for lubrication when I'm stitching vinyl. I find my machine sews through vinyl much easier this way, but I also heard it can clog your machine, so use it at your own discretion. Nothing special here, just a straight stitch. If you stitched everything along the edge, you should have something that looks like this. To make the stitching pop, I went with an offset brown thread. The next thing we have to stitch are the belt loops, which look like this. They are made from the same brown vinyl as the other straps. Go ahead and fold them together like so, then straight stitch across. Once you've done that, trim off the excess. Now for the hardware, you're going to need this leather hole puncher. You'll also need these small rivets as well as some L20 snaps, which can all be found in the link down below. So let's start off by taking care of this top strap first. We'll need some patterns from earlier. This top strap can be bent at the end like so. This will be lined up with the pattern like so. Mark the position of the holes. Grab the hole puncher from earlier and punch out the holes like so. Now we're going to use these nickel rivets. Take 3 of the top and 3 of the bottom rivets. Position the top rivet into the hole we just punched. Then secure it by squeezing in the bottom cap. It should sit on the shoulder strap like this. Using a steel ruler, roughly the same width as the strap, we're going to mark the position with a black Sharpie. Once we have that, we're ready to apply the contact cement to the back end of the strap. After about 2 minutes, when they're dry, we're ready to put them together. Make sure to curve the shoulder strap when lining up pieces. For the overhang, we're going to glue it down with some super glue. And if you did everything properly, you should have something that looks like this. Now it's time to put on the L20 snaps, find the corresponding ends, and make a pair. Once you've done that, position the button where you would like it, and then make an indent by pressing it into the vinyl. This will tell us where we need to punch our hole. Insert the top cap and the corresponding end, like so. You're going to need an anvil, which should come with a hardware set. Position it like so, and carefully hammer straight down the center. If you hammered correctly and straight down the center, you should have something that looks like this. Fold the flap over and press the button to leave the position of the opposing end. Punch the center of the circle and insert the opposing end like so. And just like before, position it properly and hammer away. And there you have it. If you did everything correctly, it should snap together like this and come apart like so. Now for the other strap, we're going to line them up so we can maintain symmetry as best we can. Now we made 2 straps, we'll do the same thing for the back strap. Now for the shoulder strap, we're going to use this pattern which will mark the position of the strap underneath. Use a steel ruler with a width similar to the straps we made and mark the lane where the straps will lay. We're going to need a hot glue gun and some of these leftover straps. Cut them in half and they will act as loops for these straps under. Grab the under strap and then add some hot glue and firmly press the pieces together. Be careful, this can be very hot. I suggest pressing the 2 pieces together with some scrap vinyl to prevent any burns on your finger. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side, and similarly for the end loop. Trim off the overhang like so. Put everything together, I recommend using some Gorilla Tape.
which will prevent sweat from getting into the hot glue and undoing your hard work. With all that done, the shoulder strap should be able to slide up and down when you're wearing it. Now that we have all the straps done, all we need to do now is attach it to a 3D printed housing unit, like so. Make sure the orientation of the housing unit is correct. The back should come together to form a Y shape. Next, we're going to apply some super glue to the overhang and fold it back on itself. Do that for all 3 straps. And once again, use some Gorilla Tape to secure the straps from undoing itself. So that completes the harness. Now going back to the waist, here's the emblem we plasti dipped earlier. We're going to center it according to the midline and trace its position. Once we have the position marked, we're ready to apply the contact cement. Let it dry and carefully put the pieces together. Alright, and that's how it looks like. One final thing, this loop needs Velcro. We're going to stitch it onto a piece of nylon so that we can hot glue it onto the loop. Here's the Velcro stitched onto the nylon. If you're using a self-adhesive Velcro, then stick the opposing Velcro end on one end of the soldier belt, like so. Then take the Velcro stitched nylon and put them together. We're going to apply some hot glue to the exposed end of the loop, like so. Press it onto the nylon end. For the front loops, I like to position them at this corner of the emblem. The loop should look something like this. Nothing special here, they're just attached on with some super glue. We'll do the same thing to the exposed end of the back loop. And again, for finishing purposes, we're going to reinforce the loops with some Gorilla Tape. Because this is a separating belt, the Velcro allows the loop to go off and on, like so. Here's the waist of the soldier belt. The straps go under the loop like so. Attach on the front and the back, and you have yourself a soldier belt.
And that's it for this build right here. If I had more time, I would definitely give this belt some love, like the trim, like I did these strips up here. But since I'm out of time and I gotta catch a flight in a couple of hours, so this is all I have. So hopefully that was informative enough. Make sure you check those Amazon affiliate links. I have a bunch of tools that I use for this build specifically. You shopping there, it helps me out, so that's super cool. And I love you guys for that. Thank you so much. And if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button or check out these other videos I've made over here. Or if anything else, feel free to subscribe right there. All right, until next time, peace.